saying threats to another child's safety would not be tolerated, whether they're magical or not. This ABC story sounds like it belongs on some webpage you've never heard of and has a whole bunch of spyware links and all that bullshit. But no, it's a real story, and it's out of Texas, so no surprise there.
You can't put the precious on because they'll make you disappear. It's my precious.
Bitchy teacher comes in.
You can't make threats about kids disappearing because it's a terroristic threat, and even if you don't have money.
Oh, it's funny that my Gollum voice is very similar to Bitchy teacher. That's not surprising. Okay, so this story comes out of Odessa, Texas. And, well, this student in 4th grade was accused of making, quote, terroristic threats when he brought in his ring from Lord of the Rings and said that if someone put it on, it would make them disappear. Kind of like what happened in the movie. So I am kind of flabbergasted and a bit confused as to why someone would be suspended for doing something as simple as this. I mean, I remember when I was a kid acting out Star Wars scenes. Okay, I'm a nerd, so I remember doing scenes like that for movies, and the Lord of the Rings movie is, the Hobbit movies are out now, so I don't see how a teacher could be so stupid. But then again, this is Texas, and they do have a tendency to not be able to know fantasy from fiction, seeing they're always trying to introduce these bills from the Bible into their legislature. So I guess their track history is kind of telling. I mean, I honestly don't get what goes through the mind of the principal. I mean, even like when you removed like the game of telephone where one person tells one person, that person, you hear from the kid, the teacher hears it, and then it goes to the principal. I mean, how many steps are there in between that you can be this fucking stupid that you would mistake this for a terroristic threat? I mean, I'm afraid of saying anything now. It's completely ridiculous. I mean, I'm glad I'm not in school now because they were ridiculous when I was a kid, and it seems like they've gotten nothing but worse. It's just absurd that this is how this world is. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, it is Texas, but I mean, holy shit. Like, can't Texas just fucking secede? They're always threatening to do it. Can we just get them the fuck out of here? I mean, really? Have they really contributed anything to our culture? This isn't the first time this student has been suspended. This is his 3rd time. And you may think that this being the 3rd time that, they're going to be a lot more harsh on something. But no, these other ones are just as fucking ridiculous. One time, it was for referring to a African-American student as being black. But, all right, so this whole like name game that the people are saying, African American, what if they're not from Africa? What if they're from a different freaking country? I mean, I've dated a girl who was South African and she was white, and she would have been African American if she got her citizenship in the United States. She would be a white African American. So it's just fucking stupid labeling it that way, but that's a whole nother fucking tangent. But he referred to a student as black. That is the color of their skin. There's nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with having a different skin color. I am white, Caucasian. It doesn't matter. It's the color. That's just a fact of what it is. It's not denigrating anyone to refer to someone that way. I mean, they're just fucking ridiculous. When I was a kid, I remember this one time that there was a student in the grade below me that I didn't know his name, and he was just kind of causing problems with me. And one of the teachers was trying to ask, what issues I have with him. And I didn't know his name, so I didn't know who she was talking about when she mentioned the person's name because I didn't know it. And I said, well, I don't know I don't know who you're talking about. And she started trying to describe him. She's like, oh, the tan boy. He's very, very tan. And I'm thinking, I'm like, who's been on vacation lately? Who's got a really deep tan? I'm like, I can't think of anyone. No, she was referring to the black kid or African American, whatever fucking semantic argument you want to go and whatever thing you want to use to describe them. Whatever word, doesn't fucking matter to me. But anyway, so I said, oh, the black kitten. She's just had this look of horror on her face. They're so afraid of this word. There's nothing wrong with them being black, but it's like saying, oh, the person with brown hair, the person with blonde hair. You're not going to look down on someone because they got blonde hair. Well, some people do. But, you know, it's not something that you would typically look down on someone for based on their hair color or their eye color or anything for that matter. It's irrelevant. Yeah, they're racist and, you know, I mean, but just saying the color, it's ridiculous to suspend a student over that. And the second time that student got suspended, he brought in the Big Book of Knowledge, a children's illustration book. And because it had an illustration of a pregnancy, he was suspended. Now, I know it's Texas and they don't really want sex ed anywhere near students. But for fuck's sake, it's a children's fucking book. Are you fucking kidding me? A children's book? A child is in trouble for bringing in a child's book for show and tell. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm scared how far this politically correctness is going to go because when I was a kid, you know, it was bad, but it was nowhere near this fucking bad. I mean, this is just ridiculous. And if you agree with this, I mean, how? How the fuck can you agree with something as absurd and ridiculous as this? Anyways, guys, that wraps up this video. If you like stories like this and you want to see more of them, don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, give it a like. It helps me out. If you dislike it, I guess give it a dislike. What I would like you guys to do is like you go into the comments and tell me a story about where politically correctness has affected you, whether positively or negatively, because honestly, I don't see any benefit to this whole politically correctness hysteria that people have been going through. So let me know in the comments section below and stay tuned for more.